a shalom to Israel. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Barakathum to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alathan Bahashem, Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. We are the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. ISUPK under Commandant General Yohana Salakia has been teaching the truth of the Bible since 1969. And that truth contains the fact that so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Indians are the Israelites, the true Jews, God's chosen people of the Bible. And we've been proving this since 1969, and nobody has been able to come close to debunking this truth at all. If you're not in the ISUPK under Commandant General Yohana, you are not in the truth at all. We are the home of the truth, the foundation, the beginning, the origin of the truth. You understand, here in these days and times, okay? I'm Officer 500 Yanazar, Precinct Officer Yanazar. And today we're going to be doing the Sabbath service here in Durham, North Carolina. Okay? So with that being said, we're just going to commence the Sabbath service right off the bat. Okay, if anybody wants to tune in, you just go to ISUPK Durham or Durham Israelites. And if you want to follow in on the Hebrew, you get the blue letter. And you just go to the blue letter, and then you just hit on whatever scripture we're going to begin. We're going to begin today at Genesis chapter 18 and verse 17. So you go to the blue letter, you go to that chapter and verse, and then you'll see a little blue square that says tools. You hit that, and then you'll see the Assyrian Hebrew, the Hebrew, if you want to read along. It's a good practice. It's helpful in learning the Hebrew and identifying the alphabet as we go on. So with that being said, I'm going to blow the horn again. So, men of Israel, everybody, Admadim, Wapanyakadam, which means turn and face the east. Which means turn and face the east. We're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Balakwaka, Taba'a, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathanlenawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawum, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawath Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabiaya Nawa, Banasaya 1, Abol, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Waha'ala, Wahaparith, La Iwalumium, Aman. And in the English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. This is the prayer for the Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Babakashah, Nathan Lenawa, Hakak, La Para'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Ha Matazarayam, Hakak, Lahaquium, Hamathium, Hakak, Al-Rarakawath, Hatama'ala, Lagarashun, Bahashem Yahawashai, the water Amun. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. The blessing, the prayer for the blessing. Barakatah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, wa Mayaka Allah, wa Allahayim, Matazaba Ya'ah, Alawap Yahana, Alawapium, Hasaranyum, Hakatazayanyum, Hakoyoyoyum, Wahakwatian, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the water Aman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, so be it. Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Aisha, Ayanya, Ahaharium, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Al Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al Yanawum, Shamarka, Hanala'ah, Yanawum, Wala'ah, Yayashun, Shawamor, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayallah, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wawaatka, Mayata, Wa'aid, Iwalam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. The 83rd Psalm in the Hebrew. Alahayim, al-Dami alaka, al-Thakarash, wa al-Tashakwat, al-Kayahana, Awayabyaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, al-Imaka, Ya'irayamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Ya'itazawa, al-Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magoya, Wala'a, Yashakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa'itazawa, Laba, Yakhadwa, Alyaka, Barayath, Yakarathwa, Aholia, Adawam, Wayashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa'imawan, Wa'imalak, Palashath, I'm Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamajin, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabian, Banachal, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayan da'ara. Hayawa daman la adama. Shayatamwa. Nada Yamawa Ka Arab Wakazaba Wakazabak Wakatazol Manai Kal Nasaya Kamwa Ashar Amarwa Nayarasha Lanawa Ath Not Awath Alahayam Alahaya Shayatamwa Kagogela Kakwash Lapanya Raraha Kaash Tabiira Ya'ira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Harayam, Khan, Taradatma, Basa Iraka, Wabasa, Wapathka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shemka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabaholwa, Aija'id, Wayakaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Wayadayawa, Kaya Athab, Shimka, Yahweh, Labatka, Al Yawan, Al Kal Ha'aratazar. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them, and they have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes as Sabath and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So, Shab, which means to be seated. Once again, let's see what we got here. A premium, okay, fine. We got to get that out of there. Okay. Hey, shalom, sis. Arabah Yahawada. Shalom. Yahweh Shema Alatham Bahashim Yahweh Shai. I appreciate everyone we appreciate everyone that's tuning in. This is the Isupk Durham Sabbath service. Okay. And we're going to begin. And we're going to start at Genesis chapter 18 and verse 17 in the Hebrew. Okay, once again, you go to the blue letter. If you have the blue letter, you go to Blue Letter Bible. You type in Genesis 18 and 17. You go to that verse. You see a square, a little blue square that says tools. You press that button and the Hebrew will come up. You can follow. If you see forward interline, that's the best way because it breaks down the word. It helps with the pronunciation as well. You understand what I'm saying? With what they're saying, that you can see right there as you read along. Okay. Forward interline. Okay. So we're gonna read. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 18 and verse 17. Wa Yahweh Amar Ha Makasa Anya Ma Abraham Ashar Anya Aishar Aisha Aisha verse 18. Wa Abraham Hayawa Yahaya La Goya Wa Itazawum Wa Nabarakawa Nabarakwa Salake Nabarakwa Bawa Cal Gawaya Ya Ha Aratazar. Verse 19. Kaya Yata Aithia wa Lama Ain Ashar Yatazawa Ath Banyawa Wa'ath Bayathwa Akaryawa Wa Shamarwa Darak Yahweh La Aishawath Tazadaka Wa Mashapat Lama'ain Habaya'ah Yahweh Al Abraham Ath Ashar Dabar Aliyawa verse 20. Waya Amar Yahweh Za'ikwath Sadam Wa Amara Kaya Rabah Wa Kata'atham Kaya Kabara Ma'ad verse 21. arada, na'a, wa ara'a, hakataza aikwatha, haba'a, aliyah, aishawa, kala, wa'am, la'a, adai. Verse 22. Wayapunwa, mashum, ha, anashium, waya lakwa, sadama, wa Abraham, Iwad nawa, Imad, Lapunya, Yahweh. Verse 23. Wayagash, Abraham, Wayamar, ha, ap, ha'ap, tazadayak, I'm Rashai. Now we go back to the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 18 and verse 17 in the English. And the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do? Verse 18, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. So the Most High is saying, should I hide, anything from Abraham, and he's going to be the man, his nation, his people, his descendants is going to be the rulers of the earth? Should I hide my purpose from him? You understand? Verse 19, for I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him. And that's very important. The Most High said he knew that Abraham was going to keep things in order and he was going to do things correct. That's why the Most High chose Abraham, because he knew the character of Abraham. He knew that Abraham was a righteous and obedient brother. And that's who we come from, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who we are by nature. You understand? For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment. And the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. Understand? The Most High knows what he's doing. Verse 20. And the Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous. You understand? The wickedness that's going on there in that place, Sodom and Gomorrah and the other 3 cities, or however many cities were in the valley there, they were committing exceedingly great sins, man. That's why the Bible is so important. We have to understand what's right and what's wrong and do thereof, man. Do what's right in this world, man. And Sodom and Gomorrah, Salakia, did not do what was right in the eyes of the Lord. Salakia. Verse 21. I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it. Understand? He's going to send the angel down and check it out to see what's going on as to what he thinks or what he heard is going on. Which is come unto me, meaning it was reported to him what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. And if not, I will know. If it's not happening, I'll know, because he's sending somebody to check it out. Verse 22. And the men turned their faces from thence and went toward Sodom. But Abraham stood yet before the Lord. Verse 23. And Abraham drew near and said, wilt thou also destroy the righteous and the wicked? So now we're going to go back to the Hebrew in verse 24. What we do 7 verses in Hebrew, then we do it in English times 7. Okay? The book of Genesis, chapter 18 and verse 24 in the Hebrew. Awalia, Yash, Hamashium, Tazadakium, Bathawak, Ha'ayar, Ha'ap, Tasapa, Wala'ah, Tasha'ah, Lama Kwam, Lama'ain, Hamashium, Hatazadakium. Verse 25. Verse 25. Halola. Laka. Ma. Aisha. Kadabar. Hazah. La. Hamayam. Salakia. Hamayath. Tazadak. Tazayak. Salakia. Aim. Rashai. Wahaya. Ka. Tazadak. Ka. Rashai. Halola. Laka. Hashapat. Kal. Ha'arataza. La'a. Ya Aisha. Mashapat. Verse 26 in the Hebrew. Wayomar Yahweh Amataza'ah Ba Sadum Hamashium Tazadakum Bahawak Ha Ayar Wa Nasha'athia Lakal Ha Makwam Ba Ibawarum. Verse 27. Waya Ain Abraham Waya Amar Hana Na'a Hawa Alathia Ladabar Al Adunya Wa Anakia Ipar wa ipar. Verse 28. A warrior. Yahasori. Salakia. Wa kasarwa yan. Sarwa yan. Kashum yan. Kamashium. Salakia. Kamashium. Ha tazadakim. Hamasha. Ha the kayath. Tashakayath. Ba kamasha. Ath kal. Ha ayar. Waya amar la'a. Hashikayath. Hashakayath. Amataza. Salakia amataza shum arabayum wa hamasha kamasha, which is 5. Verse 29. Wayasap Iwad Ladabar Aliyawa Wa Ya Amar Awolya Ya Mataza Awa Mataza Awan Ma Ya Mataza Awana Mataza Awana Shum Arabayam Ya Amar La'a Aisha Ba'ai Bawar Ha Arabayam. Okay, so let's close that. Salakia, y'all bear with me. Come on. Verse 30. Waya Amar Al Na'a Yakhar La Adunya Wa'a the Bara Awolya Yama Taza Awan Shum Shalashium Waya Amar La'a Aisha Amataza'a Shum Shalashium. Salakia. Oh boy. Salakia. Oh boy. Okay, that was 7. So we're going to go back to verse 24 in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 18, and verse 24 in English. Peradventure, there will be 50 righteous within the city, Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place of the 50 righteous that are therein? So here's Abraham pleading with the Most High, to the Most High, if there's any righteous people in Sodom and Gomorrah. If there's 50, would he save them? Would he save the whole city if there's 50 people in there? Verse 25. That be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked, that be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth do right? So Abraham is questioning God as to whether he should destroy the righteous with the wicked. Verse 26. And the Lord said, if I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare all the place for their sake. Because you can't be more righteous than the Most High. You know, that's the point. Verse 27. And Abraham answered and said, behold, now I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, which am but dust and ashes. Meaning that I ain't really nothing to be really questioning the Lord. I ain't really nothing to question the Lord. Verse 28. Peradventure there shall lack 5 of the 50 righteous. Wilt thou destroy all the city for lack of 5? And he said, if I find there 40 and 5, I will not destroy it. So now Abraham is, he's negotiating. Let's put it that way. If you find 45, will you save him? Yeah, okay. If it's 45, that's cool. I'll save him. Verse 29. And he spake unto him yet again and said, peradventure there shall be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for 40's sake. Okay. And verse 30. And he said unto him, oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Peradventure there shall be 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. So now we're going back to the Hebrew. This is the third set. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 18 and verse 31. Wayomar hana na'a hawa alathia ladabar al adunya awolia yamataza awan tawa al yamataza awan na. Shum, Isharium, Waya Amar, La'a, Ashathia, Ashakayath, Ba, Ibawar, Ha, Isharium. Verse 32. Waya Amar al Na'a Yakar La Adunya Wa'a the Bara Aka Hapa'im Awolia Ya Mataza Awan Shum Aishara Waya Amar La'a Ashakaya. Verse 33. Wayalad Yahweh Kashar Salakia Kaashar Kala La Debar Al Abraham Wa Abraham Shab Lama Kwamwa. Salakia, just a second. They on their way to he went and picked up the brothers out in Snow Hill. Oh, he got a long ride. He's on his way to Charlotte. Is somebody picking you up?
Home after this?
Probably. Hold on. Salakia. Okay, so now after I finish this set, I'm gonna call you up, okay? You're gonna be the second priest now, okay? You all right?
Six.
Hmm? Yeah, I hear you. Okay, hold on a second. Let me get my thing right. Okay. We did verse 30. We just finished verse 33 in the Hebrew. So we did 30, we did 3. This is the book of the Genesis, chapter 19 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Waya ba'awa shanya hamala akayam sadama ba irab wa lawat yashab ba sha'ar sadam y wa yara'a lawat wa yakwam la qara'athum wa yashathakwa wa shathakwa apanyam arataza aratasa. Verse 2. Waya amar hana na'a adunya sawarwa na'a al bayath abadakum wa layanwa or layannawa wa rakatazawa regalia come wa hasha kamashatham wa halakathum la Durham, wa ya Amarwa, la Kaya na Rakawab, na Goyun. Verse 3. Waya Patazar, Bas, Ma'ad, Waya Amarwa, Shalom, Yabashimal Shabraktar one. Waya Amarwa, Aliyawa, Waya Ba'awa, Al, Bayathwa, Waya Aisha, Waya Aish, Lahum, Ma, Shatha, Wama Tazawath, Apa, Waya Akolwa. Verse 4. Tarum, Yashakabwa, Wa Anashia, Ha Ayar, Anashia, Sadum, Nasabwa, Al, Habayath, Ma'ayar, Wa'aid, Zaquan, Gal, Ha'aim, Makwataza. So now we're going to go back to Genesis 18 and we're going to start to read it at verse 33 in the English. This is the book of Genesis chapter 18 and verse 33 in English. Salakia. Verse 31, Salakia. Verse 31 in English, Salakia. And behold, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord, peradventure there shall be 20 found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 20. And he said, Salakia, verse 32, and he said, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak yet but this once. Peradventure 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. Okay, so this is when Abraham is negotiating with God, supposedly, to save Sodom and Gomorrah if there's any righteous people. So they went from 50, and now they're down to 10. And he said, 10 shall be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. Verse 33, and the Lord went his way as soon as he had left communing with Abraham, and Abraham returned unto his place. This is the book of Genesis chapter 19 and verse 1. And there came 2 angels to Sodom at even. And Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them. And he bowed himself with his face towards the ground. Verse 2. And he said, behold, now, my Lord, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go your way. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. Verse 3. And he pressed upon them greatly, and they burned in Salaki, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast, and did take unleavened bread, and they did eat. So he cooked for them. He convinced them to come in to stay. They was going to stay outside because they knew what they was there to do. You know what I'm saying? They said, we ain't here to chill. We here to do some work. Verse 4. But before they lay down, the men of the city even the men of Sodom compassed the house round both old round the house around Salakia, meaning they surrounded the house. This was always strange to me. Both old and young. Both old and young. So they had them old sodomites was out there trying to get busy too. That's what it said. Old and young. All the people from every quarter, people from every part of town. I mean, this is crazy, man. Okay, so now that's the end of the third set. Okay, y'all go ahead and roll, man. Y'all got a long rope. All right, the water for coming through, bro. All right. Okay. We're going to start the fourth set at the book of Genesis, chapter 19 and verse 5. Wayakwara awa al lawat. Waya amarwa lawa aya. Ha anashium ashar ba'awa aliyaka ha layala hawatazaya a yum aliyanawa wa nadai atham atham. Verse 6. Wayataza'a alahum. Lawat. Ha pathak. Ha pathaka. Waha dalath. Sagar akirwa. Verse 7. Wayamar al na'a akia fara'aiwa. Verse 8. Hana na'a laya shathia. Banawath ashar la'a yada'aiwa ayash awa tazaya'ath na'a ath hun athun athun aliyakam wa aishawa la lahun ka tawab ba ayanayakum rock la anashium al the aishawa the bar kaya al kan ba'awa Batazal, Quarathia, Tazal, Salakia, Quarathia is the last word, Salakia. Verse 9. Waya Amarwa, Shana, Hala'ah, Waya Amarwa, Akad, Ba'a, Lagawar, Waya Shapat, Shapawat, Aitha, Narai, Laka, Maham, Waya Patazarwa, Ba'ayash, Balawat, Ma'ad, Waya Gashua. Well, let me start from the beginning. I'm going to start that verse over. Waya Amarwa, Gash, Hala'ah, Waya Amarwa, Ha'akad, Ba'a, Lagawar, Waya Shapat, Shapawat, Aitha, Narai, Laka, Maham, Waya Patazarwa, Na'ayash, Balawat, Ma'ad, Waya Gashua, Lashabor, Hadalath. Verse 10. Waya Shalathwa, Ha Anashiam Ath, Waya Dum, Waya Awa Ath, Lawat, Alahayim, Habayatha, Wa'ath, Hadalath, Sagarwa. Verse 11. Wa'ath, Ha Anashiam, Ashar, Pathak, Hagayath, Hakawa, Basa Nawarium, Makwatun, Aid, Wa'aid, got a wall, Waya Awa, Lamataza'a, Apathak. Verse 12. Waya Amarwa, Anashiam, Al, Lawat, Aid, Maya, Laka, Pa, or Paha. The Thun, Wabanayaka, Wabanathiaka, Wakal, Ashar, Laka, Ba'ayar, Hawat Taza'a, Mun, Hamakwawum. Okay, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 19 and verse 5 in English. And they called unto Lot, this is the Sodomites calling Lot out, and said unto him, where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us that we may know them. You understand? They want to get to know them. You understand? Verse 6, and Lot went out at the door unto them and shut the door after him. Verse 7, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not do so. I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Salakia, somebody's at the door. Okay. We dealing with Sodom, the Sodomites, trying to get at the angels. They got a surprise for them. Okay, so where we at is we're at Genesis 19 and verse 8. Okay, this is where the Sodomites, the angels come and they're in Lot's house, and the Sodomites are asking for them to get to know them. Okay, verse 8. Behold, I have two daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eye. So he's saying, he's offering his daughters, y'all marry these women and y'all can have lawful sex. That's what he's saying. You understand? You can have lawful sex. If you take these two sisters, you marry them, you can have lawful sex instead of trying to violate my guests. Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore came they under the shadow of my roof, meaning they're under his protection. You understand? Which they don't really need, but the brother's righteous and he's trying to stand up for what's right. Instead of letting this wickedness go on, he's offering a righteous solution. You understand? That's how you know if a man is righteous or not, if he offers a righteous solution. You understand? Verse 10. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut the door. So the two angels that's in the house grab Lot and pulls him back into the house. You understand? Like, you ain't got to deal with that. And verse 12. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides sons? Salakia. I messed up the page. Give me a second. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place. So now the angels is telling Lot, get all your peoples together, and we about to be out of here. Okay? So now we're going to go to the Hebrew again, verse 13. We're going to read it in the Hebrew. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 19 and verse 13. Kaya. Of course, if you want to read along in the Hebrew, you go to the blue letter. Kaya. Mashakathium. Anakwa. Salakia. Anaknawa. Ath. Hak. Makwawum. Hazah. Kaya. Gadala. Taza Aquathum. Ath. Hanya. Yahweh. Waya. Shalak Nawa. Salakia. Waya Shalak Nawa. Yahweh. Lasha Katha. Verse 14. Waya Taza'ah. Lawat. Waya Dabar. Al. Kathath. Yan Kathath. Kathathanya. Wa. Kathathanya wa. Laquathia. Banathia wa. Waya Amar. Kwawamwa. That's a awa. Man. Hak. Makwawam. Hazah. Kaya. Masha. Hayath. Yahweh Ath, Ha'ayar, Wayahaya, Kama Tazakak, Kama Tazakak, Ba'ayanaya, Kathunyawa. Verse 15. Wakamwa, Hashakar, Allah, Waya Ayatazawa, Amala Akim, Balawat, La Amar, Kwawum, Kwak, Ath, Ashatak, Wa'ath, Shathia, Banathiaka, Hana Mataza'ah, Pun, Thasapar, Ba'aiwan, Ha'ayar. Verse 16. Waya Thamathama. Nope. Waya Thamahama. Waya Thamahama. Waya Thawakwakwa. Anashium. Bayadwa. Waya Bayad. Ashathwa. Wabayad. Shathia. Banathiawa. Ba Kamalath. Yahweh Aliyawa. Waya Taza Ahawa. Waya Kahawa. Makawataza La Ayar. Verse 17. Wayahaya Kahawatazaya Athum Ha Kawataza Waya Amar Hamalat Aid Napashaka or Napashak Al the Bayat Akariaka Wa'al the Imad Bakal Hakakar Hahara Ha Malat Pun Thasapa. Verse 18. Wayama Lawat Alahum Al Na'a Adunya. Verse 19. Hana Na'a Mataza'a Abadaka Hun Ba Ayanayaka Watha Gadal Kasadak Ashar Ashiath Amadya Waha Kayawath Ath Napashia Wa Anakia La'a Wa Salakia Awakal Laha Malat Ha Hara Pun Tha Dabakwanya Hara'ai Wamathia. Okay. So now we're going back to the English. Verse 13. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 19 and verse 13. For we shall destroy this place because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of the Lord. And the Lord hath sent us to destroy it. So the angels is telling Lot, these people are so wicked, we came here to destroy this place because of the wickedness has reached unto heaven. Verse 14. And if I may, just for a second, I want to sidebar a second. Like when I was a young man, I remember hearing about these stories, and you never, when you're a young man, you don't really, and you're not, and you're in the world, you don't really think about it. But I remember thinking how crazy it sounded, like a whole city of sodomites. It was like unbelievable. But I've lived to see it. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. We live, like I'll go back 50 years when I was a teenager. And I remember the difference in the world. Like it's unbelievable. Like up until 1973, being a LGBTQ person, I like that word. It's easier to say, right? A LGBTQ person was rare. They were still, matter of fact, it was considered by law a mental illness up until 1973. And then after 1973, they convinced then President Nixon to sign a law that made it not a mental disease. And from there, it was over. By the 80s, they were everywhere, and now they're running things in the earth. If you haven't noticed, you understand? When whoever you cannot speak out against, those are the rulers. You understand? It's always been that way. And you cannot say anything against the LGBTQ people. You can't say anything against them. But we do, because we don't care how they feel. You understand? We're priests and prophets of the Lord, and we're going to tell you the truth, and we don't care who don't like it. That's just the way it is. You understand? Because this wickedness here, like I never thought that I would see it like this, man. It is absolutely madness out here. And I'm so grateful for the Isupk under Commander Junior Hunter that we have a little place of refuge where we could come and be away from all of that, man. I ain't got to deal with none of that at all. None of us have to. Understand? Verse 14. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get you out of this place, for the Lord will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law. They didn't believe him. They were like, what this old cat talking about? Understand? Verse 16. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand. I skipped 15. Throw out a system. Verse 15. And when the morning arose, and the angels hastened Lot. So Lot is diddly dally. He's trying to convince his family to come with him. And the angels say, yo, we ain't got time for that. And the angels hastened him. Lot saying, Arise, ye, arise, take thy wife and thy two daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. Verse 16. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand and upon the hand of his wife. So he had to grab them, because let's look at the human aspect of it. Here's people, they live here, their families here. Some of their family members don't want to go. So he's lingering, trying to convince people to come. Angels grab him and it's like, no, we got to go now. Understand? The Lord being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city. So now he's outside of the city. Verse 17. And it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life, and look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. So let's get the picture here. The plain. Okay, so they're in a valley. And in this valley is 5 cities or 5 towns. And all of these towns is wicked. Okay. So he said, don't stay on the flat land. Go up into the mountains, because this whole plain where these cities are is going to be destroyed. So that's what he's telling Lot here. Don't stay here. Don't stay looking. Don't be looking behind. Go up into the mountains and chill. Verse 17. And it came to pass when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, escape for thy life. Look, okay, I read that. Salakia. Verse 18. And Lot said unto them, oh no, oh not so, my Lord. Lot didn't want this to happen. You understand? Like imagine whatever town you from, and the angel comes to you and tell you the whole town is gonna be destroyed. It ain't easy. Because you know people in that town, right? Some of them might have been your acquaintances or friends. Verse 19. Behold, now thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and has magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me and I die. So he's saying like it's going to be hard for him to go up into the mountains. You understand? He's afraid. He's a city dude. So he don't really want to go up into the mountains. You understand? So one of the things like we learn in the school is we have to look at things from a humanity, because part of what we learn is to regain our humanity, man, to come back to who we are as a people, to be real human beings, man. What's out there in that world is not. This world is controlled and ran by beasts, by animals, man. An animal does whatever he wants, whatever his instincts tell him to do. That's what an animal does. And that's what we're living under, man. That's why these scriptures are so great and so valuable, that we begin to get our humanity back, man. Because that's one thing that they've taken from the earth, is the humanity of the earth, where Salakia, you know, I watched the politics and the presidential campaigns. It's just a freak show. It's just a show. And like everybody's acting, we hand in hand and we love everybody and everything is going to be all right. No, it is not. It is not. You understand? It is a false vision. You understand? An illusion of inclusion. That's what's going on. And we are not going to get caught up in it, because what we're reading about Lot, he got caught up. He was going to get caught up in it if the Lord hadn't sent messengers. That's what angels are. Sent messengers to save him. So to me and to us, we're Lot. The Lord sent messengers to us to save us from what's about to go down in this earth again. Because the world, they don't believe this. They think this is some kind of fairy tale, that a story that some men just made up. That's what most of the world believes. You understand what I'm saying? But in Isupk, under Commanding General Yohana, we know that every word in this Bible is the truth. And that when the Most High says he going to burn this place down, he means it. So he give us Christ in a grace period so that we can have a chance. And we're in Isupk, all of us, brothers and sisters, we taking our chance, man. We taking advantage of our chance. You understand what I'm saying? Because we fear the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you see what the Most High burnt this whole valley down, and right now you can take a plane and go to this valley right now, and it's a wasteland until this day. This is not some made up place. This place exists. And nobody has lived there since this day. It's uninhabitable. Okay. You know, I was watching Captain Tazariak. He was doing a show, and he was talking about how he was showing how the Sodomites was taking over the place. They want to take the place of the woman. That's what he was talking about. He was showing these Sodomites leading these women in these parades and exercise, and then he showed how all of the top designers are homosexuals who give them the style. You understand? And so we see, you understand, the destruction of these people. Like, these women will not follow a righteous man. They will not. But they will follow a sodomite who are trying to, that is insane. Like, that's a new concept to me. I'm not going to lie. I heard it here from General Hyman first, that the LGBTQ men who run the LGBTQ community, by the way, you understand, are actually trying to replace a woman, man. Man, you take that and you take the fact that you can now turn your little boy into a little girl, and your little girl, man, I'm telling you, man, I don't know how much wickedness is left. I don't know how much more wickedness you can do. When you could try to turn a man wants to be a woman. He showed in another video where this big heavyset transgender man came out with this word. What was the word? Demure. Did you see that one? He came up with the word demure. And Captain Zariak was showing how, you know, all of these women started using this word. That's something, man. Because now this one man, and that by this one video, he was able to accumulate enough funds for him to transgender into a woman to have the surgery. So these sodomites is ruling the earth, man. Believe it. Well, at least America. You understand? And probably Europe. Every day we hear these stories, you understand, about Hollywood, the entertainment, the music. It is just saddening, man. I'm going to tell you what hurt me, man. I'm going to tell you, because I love this brother. That Busta Rhyme, Busta Bus, man. Busta Bus hurt me, man. I love that nigga. Salakia. And he came out with a dress, and now I saw a video. I didn't even watch it, because the caption of the video is that he admitted that him and Diddy had sex with that kid. No, not Justin Bieber, the little kid that went nuts. Yeah. He admitted that. I couldn't watch the video because I was like, man, I'm done. Like, he's off the list. Like, you know what I'm saying? When he did the dress, I was like, damn. But this, like, you see these, like, when I was coming up with them, they were like our role models because they was tough. They could rap and they were strong. They had muscles. You understand? They was getting the ladies, we thought. They was actually getting the men and the babies too. Man, I'm telling you, man, you better find this place of refuge and come in before it is too late. It's getting late, y'all. It's getting late. You got two nuts getting ready to run. Both of them are nuts getting ready to run America. You choose which nut you want. I ain't choosing neither one. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know how to listen, and I know when somebody running game. And that's all they doing. They running game. They're going to do all of this. They ain't going to do nothing but make the rich man richer, man. I've seen presidents from Eisenhower, believe it or not, unto Trump, and ain't none of them helped the Black Hispanic community. Not one time. Never. You thought they helped you when they gave us civil rights, but they actually destroyed you with that legislation. You understand? Because I'm also old enough to remember. I don't care about that. I'm also old enough to remember when we had stores in our community. You understand? I remember, you understand, that we had our own baseball league. You understand what I'm saying? I remember when Black celebrities, I remember when Willie Mays came to Harlem and played stickball with the people on the street. You understand what I'm saying? And now our people, whenever they get money, they flee to the other side. You know what I'm saying? Serena Williams, you understand? She don't understand the fight that her father fought She don't understand it. She might try to make it seem like she's understood it, but she don't, because she doesn't understand that the oppressor is going to inherit all of her wealth, man. Look what happened to Michael Jackson's mom. She fought for years to try to get control of his estate because she wanted to keep it in the family, man. But she lost. And that whole estate now is going to Edomites. His whole estate. You could go online and look at the story. She lost the lawsuit. So people that are not even his seed, are not even really his family, is going to get all the money. And she's going to get a little cut. Because you love the devil. You love him more than you love your own people. And that's a sin. You understand what I'm saying? That is a sin. This has happened to us because all of the things, and I'm sorry I'm running on, but sometimes I just got to get it out because we suffer this every day, man. And nobody don't want to say nothing. But in Isupk, we're going to say something. Man. We have to, man. We have to. We keep trying to join these people and trying to love all these nations. You know, it's just like a woman in a bad relationship. He's beating her and abusing her and marking her up, taking her money. You understand? And she's still trying to hold on to this fool. Or vice versa. Man, too. Woman whoring on him. You understand? So I saw the other day, I saw a show, a woman brought 4 men and a husband, and none of them was the father. You understand? And he's still trying to hold on to her. He's the fool. Don't love nobody but your own people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I don't want to hang out with them. I don't want them in my house. You know what I'm saying? Key. No. None of that. Because we know who they are, man. We've got clear evidence as to what their intent is, man. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, man. And at the head of this whole thing are the Leviticus, man. They at the head of the whole thing. Salaki, let me get back to where I was. You know, Captain Nathak told us, man, to treat this Sabbath service like a class. You know what I'm saying? And so when we read these scriptures, right, it gives you certain kind of inspiration, certain kind of spirit when you read these scriptures. And so it got to come out. These sodomites, man, is running things, man, whether you know it or not. Genesis, where was that? 19. So I done lost my spot. 19 and what was that? 18? 20? The water said. Okay. Verse. Let me see where we started at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 19 was the last one. Okay. So now we're going to go back. Let me see. That's 18. Yeah. We're going to go back to the Hebrew in verse 20. Hana, na'ah. Hold on, let me get something here. Hana, na'ah, hi, ayar, ha'ayar. Wasa'ath, kwarabah. La, nawat, shema, wa, haya'ah. Mataza'ar, malata, na'ah, shemha, hala'ah, mataza'ar, hawa'ah, wa, thakaya, wa thakaya, napashia. Okay, that's verse 20, verse 21. Waya Amar al Yawa Hana Nashaathia Punyaka Gum La Debar Hawa Hazlakia Hazah La Kalathia Hapakia Ath Ha Ayar Ashar Dabarath. Verse 22. Mahal Hamalat Salakia Hamalat Shema Kaya La'a Awakal La Aishawath Dabar Aid Ba'ak Shema Al Kun Quara'a Sham Ha'ayar Tazawa'or. Verse 23. Hashemash Yataza'a Al Ha'arataza Walawat Ba'a Taza'ira. Verse 24. Wa Yahweh Hama Tayar Al Saddam Wa Al Imara Na Parayath Wa Ash Ma'ath Yahweh Mun Hashemayim. Verse 25. Wayahapaka Ath Ha'arium Ha'al Wa'ath Kal Hakakar Wa'ath Kal Yashabia Ha'irium Watazamak Ha'adamah. Verse 26. Wa Sabath Wathabat Ashathwa Ma'akariawa Wathahaya Natazayab Malak. This is the book of Genesis. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 19 and verse 20 in the English. Behold, now this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. It is not a little, is it not a little one? And my soul shall live. So Lot is trying to say, let me go to this little city over here. I could chill over there. He don't want to go up in the mountain. Verse 21. And he said unto him, see, I have accepted thee concerning this thing also, that I will not overthrow this city for the which thou hast spoken. Verse 22, meaning that he's not going to, you can go to this city. Haste thee, escape thither, for I cannot do anything till thou comest thither. Therefore, the name of the city was called Zoar. Verse 23. The sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. Verse 24. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. Heaven meaning the sky, of course. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain, those cities and all the plain, and everything that was in that valley, the flat part. And all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground. So everything was burnt up. the vegetation, everything was burnt up. Verse 26. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. Okay, this will be the last set. Y'all know what happened to Lot's wife. Like, okay, so the scripture says he severed us from other people. So he's severing Lot from all this wickedness, man. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad, man. When America's burning up, you know, if you're still alive, don't feel bad. They deserve it. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 19 and verse 22. Ahar, Hamalat, Shema, Kaya, La'ah, Awakal, La'aishawath, Dabar, Aid, Ba'ak, Shema, Al-Khan, Qara'ah, Shem, Ha'ayah, Tazawar, no, Tazawar. Verse 23. Hashemash Yataza'ah al Ha'aratazah Walawat Ba'ah Taza'ira. Verse 24. Wayahawa Hama Tayar al Saddam Wa'al Imara Gapariath Wa'ash Ma'af Yahweh Mun Hashemayim. Just give me a second. I want to check something out real quick. Okay. Verse 25. Wayahapak af ha'irium ha'al wa'ath kal hakakar wa'ath kal yashabia ha'arium wa'tazamak ha'adamah. Verse 26. I'm in the wrong place, right? Am I in the right place? Verse 26? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, verse 26. Okay. Salakia. Wathabat. Ashathwa. Ma'akariawa. Wathathathia. Not Tazayab Malak. No, we read this already. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, so now let's go back to the English. We read this. I'm supposed to start 27 in the Hebrew. That's the last set. That's, yeah, because his wife was turned into a pillar of salt. That's my bad. That's my bad for running my mouth. Okay. Verse 27 in the Hebrew, Salakia. Wayeshakam Abraham Ba Bakwar Al Ha Makwawam Ashar Imad Sham Af Panya Yahweh. Verse 28. Wayashakwap al Punya Sadum wa Imara wa al Kal Punya Aratazar Hakakar Wayara'a Wahana Allah Kwayatar Ha'aratazar Bakwayatar Haka Bashun Hakabashun. Verse 29. Wayahaya Bashakath Alahayim Ath Arya Hakakar Waya Zabar Salakia Waya Zakar Alahayim Ath Abraham Waya Shalak Ath Lawat Mathawaka Ha Hapaka Bahapak Ath Ha Ariam Ashar Yashab Bahun Lawat. Verse 30. Waya'al Lawat Mataza Wa'ar Wayashab Bahar Washathia Baga Ba Nathiawa Banathiawa I'm wa Kaya Yara'a La Sabath Bataza Wa'ar Wayashab Bama Ira Hawa'a Washathia Banathiawa. Verse 31. Al Hataza Ira Ayara Bayanwa Zakwar Wa Ayash Ayan Ba'arataza Labanwa Na Salakia Laba Wa'a Alia Nawa Alianwa the Kadarak Kal Ha'arataza. Verse 32. Laka Nashakwa Ath Abayanwa Yayan Wana Shakaba Amwa Wana Kaya Ma Abiyanawa or Abanyawa Zarai. Verse 33. Let me see now. Started at 2, 23, 6. Yeah, this will be the last one. Verse 33. Watha Shakwayan Ath Abiyahan Yayan Ba Layala Hawa'a Wathaba'a Abakayara the Aishakab Ath Abaya Wala'a Yadai Basha Kaba Waba Wawama. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 19 and verse 27 in the English. And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord. And he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah and toward all the land of the plain. And behold, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the country went up as the smoke of a furnace. So the whole valley is on fire, burning up. Verse 29. And it came to pass when God destroyed the cities of the plain that God remembered Abraham and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrown when he overthrew the cities and in the which Lot dwelt. So he's saying, he remembered his conversation with Lot, and he saved the city. There was only one righteous man in the whole city. And he saved the righteous man, Salakia, and destroyed the city. Because he didn't find 10. He didn't find 10 righteous men in the city. He only found one. So he burned up the whole city and took that righteous man and his family out. Understand? Verse 29. And it came to pass. Oh, we read that. Verse 30. And Lot went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar. And he dwelt in a cave, and he and his daughters. Now, he asked God to let him go into the city Zoar instead of going up into the mountain. But he wound up in the mountains anyway, because Zoar was not a righteous city either. So now he's afraid. So he takes his family up into the mountains anyway, and he's hiding in a cave. Him and his 2 daughters are living in a cave. Verse 31. And the firstborn said unto the younger, our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. So these sisters, when they saw the whole valley burning up, they thought, because that was the extent of their life, that's all they knew. So they thought the whole world was finished and that there were no more men. You understand? That's what this sister is thinking in her mind. Yeah. It was like Sodom and Gomorrah was the 2 main cities, but there were other cities in the valley. That's why they kept saying cities, Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities. But it was more than one city in the valley. Understand? It's like New York, Atlanta.
They said it compared to something like a tri-state area, like Jersey, New York, and Connecticut.
Yeah, as far as distance is concerned, right. Like it's a large valley where there's multiple cities, so it would be like a state to them.
Okay.
You understand?
So like, Raleigh-Durham.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
And the surrounding area, and so, but America as a whole is what we're talking about today,
right.
Because you get Babylon, you can include Canada and Europe too, right. Because you have San Francisco, Los Angeles on the West Coast, you got Atlanta down south, then you got New York in the Northeast, which is man, I can tell you some stories, boy. I'm gonna tell you, them sodomites up there ain't no joke. You know it. Understand what I'm saying? And before I left New York, like they began to get real. Salakia, before I left New York, they began to get real bold. Like when I was coming up, they wouldn't say nothing to you. But when they started getting bold and brass and everything. Like, oh my goodness. You sure did, especially down there in that village. Lord have mercy. I think that's Sodom. That's headquarters. Telling you, man. It's crazy, man. Like, I never could figure out, you know what I'm saying? I never understood that kind of thinking, that kind of lifestyle. It don't make no damn sense that you want a man over a woman. I think it is a mental illness personally. Dang. Woo. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm gonna read 33 over again because I lost where I was. Watha Shakwayan Ath Abayahan Yahan Yeah, I go back to England. Okay. So we started at 27, and the city was lot 12, and the daughter with his two daughters in the cave, right? So 31. And the firstborn, the oldest daughter, said unto the younger, our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come into us after the manner of all the earth. Verse 33. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve seed of him. Now, this is wicked. It's very wicked. But I understand they some ignorant young girls and they don't know no better. They should have known better because Lot was their father. They should have known better. But they thinking that they never going to have children. They the last people on earth. So they want some children to keep their father's bloodline going. That's what they're thinking. But they're wrong. Verse 32. Yeah, verse 33. And they made their father drink wine that night. And the firstborn went in and lay with her father. And he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. So we know that this is incest, but also the power of alcohol. When you allow alcohol, you understand what I'm saying? You overconsume. You understand? Alcohol is something that is used, if used correctly, you know what I'm saying, can give you a pleasant time. You understand? You can socialize. I think alcohol is just for socializing. Me personally, that's the only reason. That's the only reason why I ever use it. Hey, I don't never drink when I'm by myself, never. Because what's the use? But if I go around people, I'm having a little something. So that's alcohol. But they got him stupid drunk. You know what I'm saying? But he had relations with his own daughter, twice. So you have to be pretty drunk to do that. You understand? And from this behavior, which we're going to find out next week, I'm going to jump the gun a little bit. 2 nations were born. And on those 2 nations was put a mark, which we call it today iFold. That's one of the names they use for it. Some people call it something else that I can't say. But this mark is on them until this day, and that's Ammon, the Japanese, and the Moabites, which are the Chinese. And when we'll read, there was a mark put upon them, so that whenever the Most High say there's a mark upon them, that means there's a physical distinction. Understand? When he put a mark on Cain, Cain was afraid that people would see him because he's different. He was looking different. And people would know that he's a murderer because his melanin was taken from him. You understand? He was turned into a white man. You understand? That's why he said, people see me like this, they're going to kill me. Because there was no Edomites on the earth. But Edom, from Cain's spirit, came back into the earth in Esau. You understand? That's why Christ said, you are the father of your devil. You are of your father, the devil. He was a liar and a murderer and was the beginner of it. Because Cain committed the first lie and the first, well, I wouldn't say the first lie, but he committed the first murder under the law. Understand? The murder of Abel was the first murder when the law was put on the earth. So he is a liar and a murderer. So Esau has that spirit because he slays his brother. They love killing Israelites. That's what the scriptures say. They love it. They get some kind of joy or something. I don't know what they get out of it. Because I never want to kill anyone. You know what I'm saying? But they love to kill Israelites, man. They said this morning, they said Breonna Stewart's brother. See the article? I got it. If you want to get it, I'll send it to you. They blamed Breonna Stewart's brother for her murder, and they dropped their charges against the police. I got the story, I woke up like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I saw the story on my news feed, and I sent it to the What's Up app. And also they gave Haiti, they gave the Kenyans in Haiti 24 armored vehicles to fight against the Haitians. I got that story too. Because they're against us. Why they didn't give the Haitian police 24 armored vehicles? Why they had to bring those Africans over there? Because they want to use a buffer nation to oppress us. So when we see that they're destroying our people, they're going to say Africans are black on black crime. We are not Africans. They are not our people, but them Haitians are. Understand? That's why they're getting treated. They hate the Haitians. The Haitians. You know why they hate the Haitians so much? Because before the United States became a power, Haiti was the richest nation in the Western Hemisphere. And they defeated the great Napoleon's navy and scared the devils to death. You understand? Scared them to death. And they made a pact to keep Haiti poor forever. I forgot the name of it, but it's a written document. And they want to make sure now they done found some new minerals in Haiti. And they want the Haitian, the Kenyans to control the Haitians so they can go in there and steal the minerals. And the minerals are not going to benefit the Haitians. A few greedy, wicked Haitians is going to get rich. But the island itself, the economy is going to be destroyed. Because that's what he does. That's what he intends to do. When he says that the name of Israel will be no more in remembrance, they mean that. That's what they want. They want to destroy us, but while they're destroying us, they want to suck all the resources and all the abilities and all the creativity out of us before they just totally wipe us out. Unfortunately for them, there is a God in heaven, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And boy, oh boy, he says that when they harm us, they harm the apple of his eye. Christ sat back and let them do all those things they did to him. This is part of the greatness of Christ. Christ is a great warrior. He has the same spirit as the Most High, meaning he's a man of war as well. And one of my favorite statements that Christ says in the Bible when he told that Roman general, he said, man, if this was my kingdom, my people would fight. And he said, I could call down 12 legions of angels. That's the real Christ that they're going to meet. 12 legions of angels. He could call them down. But then he said, but I don't do my will. I do the will of my Father who sent me. So he sacrificed who he was. Like they say that Christ was an austere man. I have not read not one verse in the Bible where Christ laughed. Not one. But I read a couple of verses where his spirit was joyful. You understand? Luke 10:17 through 21. That's the only place I know where Christ was actually happy, because he was an austere man. He was serious, man. Understand? And so when he returns, see, the whole thing about Christ, that he was killed and he came back alive, was to show you that the Most High can do it. All those people that Christ brought back to life were signs to let you know that the Most High can bring you back. He created life. Can he do it again? I think so. Man did not start from one man. He said he created male and female. He created them. That's multiple. You understand? So we believe in the Most High, every word, you understand, that he says, because if you don't, you're going to be lost. Accept it all and come and get the training and the learning that you need from the men of the Lord, man. You think that the Most High is not going to send somebody on the earth and help us before this stuff goes crazy? You think that the Most High is going to let these devils run amok forever? You think that the Most High is going to let these devils rule this beautiful, wonderful world, this earth that he made for life, man? And these devils, they got to go. My class on Wednesday was about their end, man. They're going to be taken after they serve their slavery. They're going to serve it. then they're going to be taken off the earth because they're a disease, man. They're a disease. They love wickedness. The scriptures say they go to bed thinking about wicked things to do to people. And then when they wake up, they do it. That's what the scriptures say about it, man. We're not mistaken as to who the devil is. You understand? You're mistaken. The so-called oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and the Leviticus is part of his army. And with that, that's the end of the Sabbath service. We thank everyone for tuning in. You understand? And we hope and pray that this school, you understand, is attractive enough to you to want to save your life. And that the word of the Lord and coming in and serving the Lord, which is the entire duty, the whole duty of man. You understand? If you want to know what life is all about, it's very simple. It's serve God. And you know the thing about serving God? It's good for you. It's enjoyable. It really is, man. It really is. That's what people don't understand. They think serving God is like being some kind of slave or something in that sense of the word. But it's not. You're a servant. But while you serving God, you get to eat the best food, drink the best liquor, get the best woman. God damn. What more do you want? And with that, Amajim, everybody, Amajim, which means to stand. Wapan Yakodum, which means turn and face the east. Let me blow this. We're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabash Shemayim, Kwadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawum, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawat Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabiaya Nawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwath, Waha'ala, Ahathaparith, La'aiwalamam, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. This is the prayer for the power of the Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Babakashah, Nathan Lenawa, Hakak, Hakak, the Para'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Ha Matazarayam, Hakak, La Haklium, Hamathium, Hakak, Al, Ra Kawawath, Hatama'ala, La Garashun, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman. In the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you So be it. The prayer for the blessing in the Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Allahayim, Matazaba Ya'ah, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapium, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kotazayanyam, Ha Koyoyoyum, Wa Ha Akwatian, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the water Amun. In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, Commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Aisha, Ayanya, Al, Haharium, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'arataza, Aliathan, Lamawat, Ragalka, Al, Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamor, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Tazalka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Salakia, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabawaatka, Mayatha, Wa'aid, Iwalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Dami Alaka, Al-Thakarash, wa Al-Thashakwat, Al-Kaya, Hana, Awayabyaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al-Imaka, Lakawa, Salakia, Ya'ira Yamwa, Sawada, Wayata, Ya'itazawa, Altazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa'ai Tazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Alyaka, Barayath, Yakarathwa, Aholia, Adawam, Wayashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa I'm a one. Wa I'm a lock. Palashat. I'm your Shabia. Tazawar. Gamashawar. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zerawai. Labanya. Lawat. Salah. Aishalaham. Kamadyan. Kasaya. Sara'ah. Kayabyan. Banachal. Kwayashwan. Nashamadwa. Ba'ayan. Da'ara. Hayawa. Daman. La'alama. Shayatamwa. Nada. Yabmawa. Ka'arab. Wakazaba. Wakazabak. Wakatazol. Mana'ai. Kalnisaya Kumwa. Ashar. Amarwa. Nayarasha. Lanawa. Ath. Na'awath. Alahayam. Alahaya. Shayatamwa. Kagogela. Kakwash. Lapanya. Raraka. Kaash. Tabiira. Yaira. Wakalahaba. Talahat. Harayam. Khan. Tharadapma. Basairaka. Wabasa. Wapathka. Tabahalam. Mala'ah. Panyaham. Kwalawan. Wayabakwashwa. Shamka. Yahweh. Yabashwa. Waya. Baholwa. Aid. Waya Kaparwa. Waya Abadwa. Waya Da'aiwa. Kaya. Atha. Shemka. Yahweh. Labadka. Al Yawan. Al Kal. Ha'aratazal. In the English. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes as Zabah and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Sar, ladies, Yashab, men of Israel. Men of Israel. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute to the teachers and the men of Israel here. Okay, men of Israel, imagine, Sar, turn face the sisters, imagine. Men of Israel, we give sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, imagine, Shabbat, imagine, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Alatha, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Yajimatab, glasses smith. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, Wednesday the 2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying to change it.
yeah, I thought it was the 17th, right?
Yeah.
That is the 2nd.
So y'all get ready to go to Charlotte?
I'm not going. I injured my back.
Yeah, I know. I have to see you.
Yeah,
I
had to go to that damn emergency room. They try to give me dope. They try to give me narcotics. Nigga, I ain't taking no damn narcotics. Nigga, crazy. But they always try to give me narcotics. Why they always try to give black people narcotics? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not taking no narcotics. You know, they gave me 2 500 milligram. What's the other one? Tylenol. You know what I'm saying? And then they gave me some stuff called something like it was some kind of muscle. No, it's a mole. It's some kind of muscle mole or something. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And they gave me that, but I only take it at night because it makes you drowsy. And they gave me these icing patches. It's cold as hell putting on my back. But yeah, man, I don't, you know, I hurt my back in 2005. Okay. I was working. I was a Muslim at that time. I was going to the mosque on 116th Street. Okay. You don't mind hearing the story? It's not long. So the imam there, his name was Imam Pasha. It was under Waradeen Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad's son. Okay. And there's this building. I think the address is 148 West 124th Street. It used to be the warehouse for the Nation of Islam back in the day. So we in the mosque, we in Juma on Friday. Hey man, we need some volunteers, man. We're gonna clean out this building, man. We're gonna make a community center, man. In my dumb. So we get to the place. I've known the building, I never had been in before. The building is completely empty. It was a 6-story building. It had an elevator shaft. The elevator shaft was empty. So we get up there, and most of the stuff is on 2 floors, the 5th and the 6th floor. And you remember those big old bags of flour they used to give out? They still had those in there, and it was so old, it was like cotton. So I was like saying, well, how are we gonna get this stuff downstairs? They had this big gurney with a big rope on it. So we were loading the stuff into the gurney and lowering it down the elevator shaft. And let me tell you, I think that was the most work I ever did in my life. And when I got home, my back has never been the same. Never. And like every once in a while, just goes, it just flares up out of nowhere, and it's debilitating. Like one time, like in 2018, I was in McDonald's, and I got a back spasm so far it knocked me down. Literally, I fell on the floor. I had to go to physical therapy for 2 months to learn how to walk again. So they never did. They didn't. Not anymore. At that time, it did. At that instant, it did. But you know, when I got into the exercise, I lost weight because I was 273 pounds. I lost weight, and I was all right. You know what I'm saying? But the point of the story is, like them. This is the story. And if you're ever in New York for the cookout, I'll show you the building because it's like 2 blocks from this park, from Marcus Garvey Park. They did not make a community center. They sold the building to white folks. They made it into condominiums and they added 3 more floors on the building. Now it's 9 stories. And like when the brothers come up from New York, like I showed them, I take them on a tour, I take them on a tour of Harlem, and I showed them the building. Because them damn Muslims are some wicked bastards. And not only that, they made him, what's his name again? Imam Bush, not Bashir. His name was Imam. I don't know. But they made him the chaplain for the police department. Like he was the Muslim chaplain for New York City Police Department. And now let me tell you what else they did with it. They helped, like, on 125th Street. Remember 125th Street, you used to go 125th Street and buy anything. And he helped the police. Like on 116th Street, there's a place. It's like a little mini mart. So they made a deal. They moved all of the vendors off 125th Street. I'll never forget. It cost a lot of brothers their life, but that's another story for another day. And they moved everybody. Was supposed to move into this little thing on 116th Street, the little mart there on 116th Street, right off of Lennox Avenue.
I'm sorry, my aunt. I'm gonna tell you, not my aunt, my cousin. I don't know if you heard of her. It's probably around the same time, maybe about 2010, 9. She was right there at the corner of 116th Avenue. Grandma died. Mary, her son-in-law, they were running. She had.
Yeah. I remember. But I don't know her per se. Yeah, because remember they had the little bakery right on the corner. Yeah. Yeah. So you know what that reminds me of? It was like a rift. Like now the Africans is trying to get into the drug game, so there was like a rift. It almost went into a war. Because now between I think it's between either Lennox and 7, they had like 3 mosques.
Right.
And that was illegal. They wasn't supposed to the Africans put those mosques there. And that was illegal because it's supposed to be a certain distance between mosques. They didn't give it that. And then they also got into the drug game. Yeah, so I remember that. And that was right around that time, too. Yeah, man, and those bastards were something else. They had, and they got rewarded. Like, I'm going to tell you, one time I'm going to this is what made me, 2 things made me leave the mosque. I went there one day, and in the mosque, there's no chairs. Everybody's on the rug, on their knees, making their prayers. And I look over to him, right, guess who's sitting there? Rudy Giuliani. I hate that back.
He was in the mosque?
He was in the mosque in a chair. We are on our knees, and this nigga sitting on the right in a chair. You understand? And I'm like, because you understand, they making deal with the devil. That's why. And that's why everything that's happened in Giuliani, if you see my Facebook page, everything that happened to him, I put it up there. And I make a comment.
I remember when he first got
he hate black people. And look at him now. So the Most High is going to destroy him by degrees. I ain't even worried about him. But he was, oh man, I know you ain't got to tell. I will never tell you the story. He caused a life directly. Well, it's not directly of somebody that I knew. What he did, they took all the vendors off 125th Street. They left the Africans out there. Oh, this is religion. This is freedom of religion. Okay, and that was number 1. Number 2, I'm sitting in the mosque, and they said, "You ain't gonna believe this. This is in a mosque." They said they wanted some extra money to buy Warren D. Muhammad airplane. That's just like $50. What's the difference? This was like in 2005. I was like, no. No, I'm telling you the truth. And they did a lot of wicked things in Harlem. Like they would always side with like the city, or they would side with the establishment against the people. Like they would talk bad about the people I'm like, how you talking bad about people in your community? Hey, Dad, what's up? Hey, listen, Dad. I'm in the middle of the Sabbath service. When I get to the house, I'm gonna call you. How's the weather up there? All right, I'm gonna call you when I get home. Okay, that'll be about an hour or so. Well, if I can't do it. I can't talk right now. Okay. All right. Bye bye.
Are you going to the cookout?
Yeah. I'm flying up this time. I can't drive.
See, that's what. I want to go to the one in Atlanta.
Yeah, the one in Atlanta is.
I want to go to the one in New York.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
see, we wanna
you
go.
got family up there?
Yeah, but I have family up there, but I have a way I can stay. I have somewhere I can stay. But
Yeah.
it's just,
It's costly too.
yeah. And then I didn't know what any other systems were going.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're not.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any sisters that go because like this school right here,
Mhm.
everybody used to live here.
Mhm.
Meaning everybody used to be in class, but now people have moved out to different places and everybody's scattered.
Right.
This is why we're having so many problems. You understand? People live out in places they don't have no car.
Mhm.
Like the brother that does the Sabbath service to me, he had to get up early this morning, drive all the way out to Snow Hill, pick up brothers, and then come all the way back and go to Charlotte. About 6 hours drive. Total. You know what I'm saying? But it used to be everybody was here. I remember when I first came to the school was packed. And and everybody just spread out. Some brothers left the school, a couple of brothers got kicked out. You know what I'm saying? And it's that's how it is. And we trying to rebuild, and the sisterhood was much. Still on live. Let me cut this off.